We've put together another People's Panel to find out how you're coping.
Yes, let's go to the very aptly named Number 10 cafe and restaurant in Chesterfield, where our East Midlands reporter Will Hollis is with our panel. Will, let's hear what they've got to say then.
Yes, the Number 10 cafe and restaurant, no sign of any politicians, but views about the political decisions that are being made. Of course, the Bank of England has raised interest rates by 0.25%. So we've come to Chesterfield, right in the heart of the country, and we've got a fantastic People's Panel here today. James, you run a business, tea and coffee merchants. You send it around the world, but mainly here in the British Isles. When you saw that interest rate rise, what did that mean for you and your business?
Well, the immediate effect on it was that it made a purchase of cocoa powder, which I'm currently making, about £800 more expensive because the market actually dropped. The currency market, the value of the pound shrank immediately on release of the news.
So I'm guessing that decision isn't something that you want to see. You'd rather it remain as it is or even go down. We know that the effect of these interest rate rises isn't immediate.
Well, that depends on whether I look at it as straight as just a business owner or whether I actually look at it as somebody who's got a mortgage and who's looking to save some money and what have you. And the general effects of a rate increase, I don't like them. My mortgage is going up. I believe there's figures that said it's about £400 a year that's going to cost me. Well, another £400 a year after the previous one, at some point, either everybody's going to run out of money because they're going to be giving it to the banks, or we're going to start looking at actually reducing interest rates slightly and making it so that people can live and enjoy living again, rather than just living to work.
You were just talking about the regular picture that everybody is experiencing. So, Stephen, you're a councillor here, a Conservative councillor in Derbyshire. What James was saying about the regular things that people are going through, that's what your constituents, your district, people that are in where you live, where you serve, live, how are they affected?
Well, I think the big thing, most people just want to get on with living their lives and be able to decide on feeding their family and actually having a normal life. The rate increase obviously affects businesses, so people in my area who are running businesses, they have to increase their costs to pay staff, they have to increase their costs to their customers. So you have people who are, the cost of childcare, the cost of food, the cost of transport and fuel and energy, these are all basically impacting, and one of the big ones is housing affordability. So, I mean, I'm a father of four, we're looking to get on the housing market, can't do it quite right now, but also with the cost of childcare, our 2-year-old going is going to cost £80 for half a day, which means on a sole income, while I'm supporting my wife and family, it just is getting more prohibitively expensive to actually live a life. So yes, interest rate increases are overall, I understand it's to try and curb inflation, but this is just obviously one of the things that we need to get through. It's really hitting hard, and I think most of my constituents just want to get on with their life. They're not interested in big policies, they just want to be able to live and feed their families.
We're about 130 miles away from the Bank of England, down in London, skyscrapers, lots of people in fancy suits. But here in the heart of the Midlands, where money isn't in as much of a quantity, what is the main thing that this kind of an interest rate rise will mean for people? The thing that you're likely to hear as a councillor? It's
going to mean less money in their pockets, and ultimately that is the big thing. I mean, the median wage around here is, maybe £22,000. When you've got a lot of single parent families, that's a big hurt. And it really is becoming decisions on how they're feeding their families, whether they're paying heating bills, it's just really affecting people in their bottom pockets. So you've got lots of big other policies that will have a downward effect on this as well.
We're talking about disposable income there, whether people have any money. Disposable income is your business. You work in the salon trade. It's quite a young business as well, isn't it, Sam? Do people have the money, and are they going to have less money today because of that interest rate rise, so they'll be getting less haircuts and less nails done?
They'll be having less. They'll have less money, basically. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to think, aren't you? Like, say, if it's going up £400 a year, that £400 could be in the salon. So, do you know what I mean? You could easily think, well, do you know what? I'll cut my hair down, or my hair appointments, or come in less like they are doing, because we have seen it, and go from there, basically.
It's a tough time. I know actually you're going to have to leave us soon because you're going to have to go and do a haircut, but our People's Panel is here. We're bringing in new voices because everybody has a little bit of a different opinion, even if it is something that is affecting everybody in the country right now.